whistle itself dry here. Hey James, could you hear me?
What's going on, bro?
Hey James, how's it going, bro? How you been? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I'm good. Good. So, the last time we talked, bro, I don't know if you remember, it was like freaking 12 o'clock midnight here. And I was with you, but I wasn't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It was too late for your time.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm about to take my ass to sleep. So I was like, okay, let me try this again. So basically, so what I want to do is hit this K2SR zone strategy again, if you don't mind. And
Yeah.
then I want to talk to you about FTMO because I'm at a point now where I am ready to actually work the K2 system, and I can learn other strategies other advanced concepts that I'm trying to kind of learn in the background. I'm tired of losing money, you know what I'm saying? And I think K2 is gonna keep some money in my pocket. So yeah, that's kind of where I want to start. So we can do the zone strategy first, and then the FTMO questions after that, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, perfect. That was perfect for me. So is there a specific pair that you want to look at for the zone strategy? Because it works on anything. So it really depends on if there's one specific that you want to look at, or if there's, anything
Right.
that you like to trade really. Because if there's something that you like to trade specifically, we can focus on that one. Like if there's a specific pair that you like to trade, and
Right.
then from there we could always bounce off to anything else from there.
All right. Can I share my screen for a minute, if you don't mind?
Yep. Yeah, sure, definitely. Let me make you host real quick.
All right.
Get you on here. All right, James, I think you should be good. So you should see the share screen button. I think it's like right there where it has like participants, mute video, stuff like that. There should be a button there to share your screen. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and share it, and then I'll be ready.
All right. Cool. Let's see. It says, all right, this will stop the other screen sharing. Do you want to continue? Yes. All right. Back. All right. And then I'm going to share this screen here and hit share. Damn, they let you share multiple windows now. That's crazy. Okay, cool.
There we go.
So I'm working on NAS 100 right now. I'm gonna kind of show you some of the other. Fuck me. Oh, we live on YouTube. Let me try to hold it down. You gotta tell me when I'm live on YouTube, man. I think you did that to me last time we was live, and I was cussing and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, no, we're always on live. So if I ever go on live, it'll be posted on the YouTube too. But it's completely fine. If you talk that way, it's completely fine. I mean, YouTube might they might censor it or something like that if it's for certain things, but it's fine. You can talk however you like. There's no restriction since it's
Okay,
just.
I just want to make sure I'm not offending you as long as you
Oh
don't
no, no,
mind
no,
kind
not
of.
at all. I
Okay, bet.
talk just like how you do. So there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm fine.
All right, so this is what I did. So basically, I want to make sure I'm drawing these zones right. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
can you kind of look at that and give me your opinion, or
Yeah, no,
just
definitely. Yeah. So let's make your screen a little bigger. So let's go down to that bottom right corner and let's close that download box that you have right on the bottom right next to where it says
oh
show
man,
all.
you
Yeah,
know
let's just make it a fuller screen
I
so
probably
that we.
I probably should have shared the whole screen instead of just sharing the window, because
Oh,
I think
if you want to do that, that could be cool too. But otherwise, we could work off this as well if you just want to have your screen how it normally is. Next up, you just probably have to like close your watch list on the right side. So if you go on that right panel right there, just click on the highlighted box that looks like a list. Yeah, click on that
yeah.
first one. Yeah, there you go. And then there you got a pretty decent sized screen. So now go to the click on your chart for a second
All right.
and then change to the 4 hour time frame since that's generally where we draw our zones. So it's a little more accurate since that specific strategy is tested on that. Okay, perfect. So now we got the Euro USD right
Okay.
here. There you go.
So it's better to do it on the 4 hour.
Yeah, definitely. I think the 4 hour is a lot better because then you can plot the zones and they usually stay there for the whole week. If you do like the 1 hour or anything below that, generally those zones are only going to last for maybe the day or maybe the first couple, like maybe 1 or 2 days. And then at that point, you'll have to make a readjustment. So if you go on the 4 hour, it usually works a lot better that way. Perfect. There you go. So now you can go ahead and draw your zones now that you got that set up.
Yeah, you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Okay, that's good. All right, so bam, right here. Oh shit. I got that. And then this right here I would draw. And then that. And then this here. Yeah, I always feel like I'm either making them too big or too small. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I get you. It's probably better to make them pretty if they're not if the zones are really close, it's fine if you make them big because you really want to avoid those areas anyways. So you should be fine with that. So in this situation, yeah, you go on the higher time frame, 8 hour, nothing there. So go on the daily, I think would be
yeah,
fine. So you got another zone that's a little bit lower, but you can go ahead if you want to draw that, you can. It's not necessary, but if you want to, it's completely fine as well. Just so you can have an understanding, where the lower zone is.
down there at the bottom. All right, cool. Got
No,
you.
like yeah, like that one right there. That one could be fine. So you could do that just so you know that there's a zone there in the daily, which could be pretty strong.
Okay.
And
So
then
you said draw these like just
oh, you don't
that.
have to draw those. Those are fine because those are way far back. Those are
Yeah.
like way back months back. So you could ignore that one.
Okay.
Um,
Bet.
try to go on the weekly. Let's see if there's something higher on there.
Oh, to
The
get an
problem,
upper zone.
yeah, we just need one upper zone. So you can draw that zone if you want right there. You can see that the Euro USD's pushed up super high. Like it hasn't been in this area of price since 2017. So you kind of have to branch out a little farther to
Yeah.
see where price is going to be going from there.
Yeah, I was in the buy on that on the way up, so that was pretty cool. I kind of get
Definitely.
the,
And then you can
I
go on the
kind
monthly.
of got
And
out. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this
there
is
we go.
lit. This is lit
Yeah. So you
right
just need to
here.
get that closest one right there so you can see exactly where. There you go.
Mm-hmm. And this would be its own zone right here, like
Yeah. And you
that.
can draw the upper zone as well. But yeah, that'd be perfectly fine. And then you should be fine at that point because I don't think price is going to get that high within the next week or so because you should be redrawing the zones anyways weekly. So I think those zones are cool for now. You can go back on the 4 hour
So,
now, and then
just a
you can.
question.
Yeah, sure.
So you see how these lines are kind of close to this? When I
Hmm.
redraw this, would all of this be one zone, or would these two lines just be a zone like that and leave it?
Yeah, I think they would be two separate zones because since you're on the monthly chart, if you measure, so grab the measuring tool right there on the left hand side. It's like a little ruler, and then you can measure it from in between those two zones to see how far away they are from each other. So that's how you'll identify how much space is in between.
Okay, so basically, how many pips do you normally go between? Obviously, that's its own zone, but how many pips do you normally go between lines?
Generally about 25 pips, because 25 to 30 pips, because in that situation you can get in the trade, and then once you reach TP1, which if your full TP is about 30 pips, then your TP1 might be around 15 pips. So in that situation, once you reach 15 pips, you can move your stop loss and profit, and then you can continue to ride that wave upwards. So I generally like to have at least 20 to 30 pips between each zone if you decide to take it.
All right, so then we go back to the 4 and then take these off, and then
it'll clean up the chart a bit. There you go.
Yeah, and then at that point, hold on, shit, sorry.
You're all right.
And then at that point, we would turn on the K²
Down
strategy here, and then so my next move is basically to wait on a valid sell and wait until the zone is broken before I enter the trade.
Exactly, yeah. So you wait for a sell signal, and then you wait for it to break below that zone in order for you to take a sell entry. However, if price swings up, then you would have a buy entry if it breaks that next zone above it.
Okay, good. Because I was in what was it? I was looking at Monero or something like that last night, and I was like, man, that 4-hour candle's moving, and so it has to. You wait until it closes below the zone, or just breaks it.
Yeah, so it'll have to close below the zone. So if it closes below the zone, that's going to confirm a break and close past the structure. So for the most part, that's basically what you're looking for here. So if you go down to the that previous break, like right above there to the right, where it's that blue candle where it breaks the structure, yeah, a couple more to the right, about let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 yeah, right there. So that blue candle right there, you can see how that one breaks the structure, right? So that'll be the first requirement. The first requirement is that price. Exactly. So it breaks the structure right there, and then that's going to fulfill the first requirement. So requirement 1 is that it breaks the structure and closes past it, right? So that's requirement 1. Requirement 2 is to identify the momentum swing. So you can see that that last previous signal before that is a green bullish. Exactly. It's a bullish buy signal. So that's going to indicate that momentum is going to swing upwards. So on that blue candle that you're at right there on your left, what you would do is you'd enter a long position right there. And then you would have rode that to the next zone. I think it's the other tool. Yeah, I think it's down right there.
And then we said
should be a couple to the right. So it should be that
that
left. One. Should be 2 to the left. It's that blue one that broke the structure right there. Yeah,
this one right here, right?
Yeah, the blue one right there, right on the left.
So are you counting the wick as a break, or are you looking for a full candle?
It's got to be the body. So the body has to break and close past it. So you can see right there that one broke right past it, and then it closed outside of the structure.
So would that be in the right spot, basically, or?
Yeah, basically, you should probably move it a little higher because you're going to enter at the close of that blue candle.
Oh, at the close of the candle. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So it'll be at the top of it. So yeah, like right where that candle closes, you'll put it right where that white candle is, right next to it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, bet. Am I still on the? No, I'm not. Bear with me. All right, bet. So we have.
So put it a little. Yeah, it'll be right there on that blue one next to it, the blue one that's on the left of it. I think you're a little too high on that one.
Okay, wait. Okay, blue candle
Yeah,
broke.
that one right there.
Oh, I thought that's where I was at. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So it should be at the high of the body, not the high of the wick, but the high of the body. So you see where the body closes?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like right there.
Exactly. Yeah, like right there.
Yeah. Okay. And then I would right now. At what point do you know to get out of the trade? Like so, basically, when another sell signal appears, or what?
So you would enter that trade, and then you would ride it to the next K2SR level. So
Okay.
you would put your yeah, you'd enter your trade right there, and then
Mm-hmm.
you would put your TP slightly below the next structure. So maybe 10 pips below it, just so that you have enough room to cover the spread and whatnot.
What the hell? Oh man. You know what? I forgot I had the drawing tools on. Anyway, bro, I get what you said. I got this shit locked right here.
Oh, it's locked. Okay,
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just move that like
Uh,
slightly below. So that'd probably be around maybe like 60 pips, just to because you want to make sure there's enough space, not exactly to the exact structure, but you want to make sure there's some space in between because the price can, pretty much reject at any point. And at that point, you might not be able to get out of the trade if you have, a wide spread. So I'd probably put it around 60 pips.
oh, so a little further up. Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably so just double click on that box and you can just type it. It'll probably be easier that way. So you could probably make it about 50 or 60 pips, really depending on how you gauge it. So on the profit level, you can put 600 there, and then 600 for your stop loss as well. Give it 600.
Mm. And then profit level is 12. And then, alright. So, yeah, pretty much it. That's about, um, yeah, it hit for the most part, like it went right there. And yeah, okay, so that's great. We good on that. Let's see. Hey, you know, the thing about trading in the 4 hour time frame is sometimes it can take forever for a trade to play out. You feel me? So, do you recommend certain pairs if I don't want to be holding a trade for a week or something like that, or through the weekend, or do all the pairs pretty much do that on the 4 hour?
Pretty much all the pairs for the most part, because the forex market doesn't always move, that quickly. Sometimes it moves quickly if there's news going on, if there's something that's causing volatility in the market. But overall, the market generally doesn't. The forex market in specific doesn't really move, that fast. That's why for our forex trades, we usually trade on the 4 hour, and then for US 30, we trade on the shorter time frames because we try to scalp those a little better.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the forex pairs, it'll be a hit or miss. Sometimes trades will hit really fast. Sometimes they'll take a little bit longer. Like last night when I called I forgot what called I tried.
That be
The
hitting quick.
yeah, that thing hit quick. Yeah, GBP that hit quick, and GJ hit really quick. I don't know what caused that to spike to our TPs, but I'm glad it did. But for the most part, I'm not really. I didn't see any news or anything that really caused it to happen. So it'll have random occurrences like that where it'll actually move pretty quick. But otherwise, normally forex pairs don't really move all too that fast for the most part.
Gotcha. So if you don't mind, I want to run through one more of these, and then we should be good on that, and we can get to FTMO, because I think there's something. I'm on a free trial right now. I've already hit the overall profit goal. So right now, you have to have, I think it's 5 trading days on the free trial. So that's all I'm doing right now is just trying to get through 5 days. So what I did, since I hit the profit goal on my damn, I forgot about that. Since I've already hit the profit goal, I just been making my lot size just a little smaller. So I'm not really risking anything. I'm pretty much trying to get in and out of the trade just to say that I traded that day or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Like if you wanted to just pass the days, you can just trade something like odd NZD. Just take a 0.01, open and close the trade, and then you might make some profit, like a few pennies. You can lose profit just a few pennies. It's not really much of a risk. So if you just take that trade, you'll count the trading day, and you don't have to worry about it. So that's usually what I do when I'm trying to pass a challenge right away. I just take a quick, buy and close or sell and close, and then I just count that trading day until I reach, the 10-day minimum so that you can get, verified a lot quicker.
now, would all this be one zone? You see how many lines?
I
Right.
would connect that one right there to that middle zone, and then I would create
Right.
another zone. Yeah, so a little bit lower to that where it covers the red.
Oh, cover the red. All right.
There you go. You're good right there, and then I would create another zone from right there as well.
All right. And just bam, like that. All the way down
Yeah, you should be good
to
right there.
that.
Yeah, should be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to cover that red. There you go.
Cool. And then this here would be. Sorry, I'm so slow.
No, it's fine. I mean, you're still learning, so it's no problem. Like the more and more you do it, the quicker you'll be and more efficient you'll be with like analyzing these zones. But it's good to take your time with it, just so you actually get it. Because like how you said last time, the last time you had this session, you didn't get it completely, but now you are, so it all works out.
Cool. All right. And then I'm gonna cut that off. And then oh shit. One. All right. Bet. So we got a sell. So I really need to draw a lower zone. Well, not really, because it seems to be headed up. But I probably should have added some zones down here on the
Yeah,
bottom just in case it rejects that and goes down. So right now I'm either waiting on a buy signal and a break of this zone to enter the trade and take it here. Here we go.
exactly. Yeah, you can do that. So if you get a buy signal and then it breaks the zone upwards, you can take that buy position and pretty much write it to the next zone above.
Okay, bet. That's a bet. All right, well, I feel like I got a better idea of what I'm doing on that. So, matter of fact, and do you know what US 30 is doing right now?
Let me check. Let me see if I can pull up my chart real quick. With US
uh,
30, it's just been moving. Like I'm sure you were following it this whole time, where it's kind of bouncing all over the place. Literally, let me see US 30 right now. Yeah, so US 30 is still bouncing around like crazy. It's going back and forth. I did see that there was some news for COVID that happened somewhat recently. Let me check CNBC real quick. So there was some COVID news that came out. See if there's anything else. But there's nothing specific that I really saw to affect US 30 directly, aside from the COVID news. So
right now,
because
when
there
you,
was, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
my bad. When you're doing the US 30 strategy, are you taking market structure into consideration along with the K2 signal, or if you get a buy signal, you're gonna take it?
Not necessarily. So the strategy is still the same, where it's just the momentum signal, but the difference is that I use the K2 zones just as confirmation for rejection. So if you want to pull up US 30, you can see like the entries from last week. We had a perfect rejection off the K2SR, and then it was followed by a signal. So those two confirmations right there kind of give you a better understanding as to where price is going to be headed.
And do you still draw
But
that zone? You still draw that zone on the 4 hour, or you draw it on the 10?
I do it on the 10. So you can go ahead and clear that chart up and go to the 10-minute, and then we can take a look at it.
Cool. All right, cool.
There we go. Go over to the 10-minute.
10-minute. Here we go. All right. Zones. Okay.
So you don't really need to draw all the zones, because the zones aren't really. You'll see in US 30 that it doesn't really respect the zones as it normally does for like Forex pairs, because for US 30 it moves totally different compared to Forex. For Forex, it's like a ranging asset where it goes back and forth, and that's why it respects the zones. However, for US 30, it's mostly news driven. So if there's COVID news, it's going to spike price up or down. If there's some type of news going on with US economics, it's going to push price up and down as well. So you don't really need to draw zones normally. What I do is I just draw the zone where the entry happens, and then I identify it from there. So you can see right there. Let me see if I could figure out what time you're looking at right now. So yeah, you can draw the zone right there, that same zone that you're drawing. You can just you can draw something like that. And then if you go ahead and hide the K2SR, you can see that you can see how that price it broke the zone and it came down for a break and retest, right? So price broke the structure, came back down, tested it, and then it was followed by a buy signal right there. So that's why we took that buy signal, and that's why we felt confident about that specific entry. However, there was COVID news that happened, and that's why price started to swing down a bit. But I think it's going to correct back up. I'm not sure if it's going to continue, but we'll just have to wait and see how it ends up playing out.
Right, now this was invalid right here.
Yeah, that was invalid.
At this point, I'm praying for an invalid sell.
That'd be best case scenario. It'd be an invalid sell, and then it would swing back up. So the thing is, the market's closed right now for the swap spread, so we're probably not going to see any movement for maybe the next 2 hours. So in the next 2 hours, when we get that movement, hopefully we get a spike up in the other direction, and then maybe the Asian entry push it back up, because it's still running. It's not. Let me see if I can pull mine up right now. I just want to see where it's at on my chart. Let's see. Yeah, so price is currently at this that lower zone. So I drew multiple zones on mine, and it's actually at a zone right now. So the thing is, if it rejects off this, or actually, are you let me check your chart, because my chart, I have a sell right now. Yeah, why does your chart look different? Let me which data set are you using? Are you using currency.com? Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and type in there real quick, because I think we're looking at different data sets. So I think yours looks a little different. Oh yeah, you're on Awana because the market's closed on there. So type in US 30. I recommend you use currency.com even.
Okay, so I should delete the one I have basically.
Yeah, you can do that, because I don't like using the Awana data. I found that one to be a bit inaccurate. So you can delete that one, and then you can just click that plus sign up top over here on your watch list, and then and then type in click on all right there, so you get all of the assets,
Damn, it's
under the
got you.
yeah, and then type in US 30. All right, cool. You
Oh
should be using that
man.
first top. Yeah.
Yeah, that I hear you all messed up. Looking at the wrong. Okay. Uh,
That's weird. I don't know why yours looks a little different from mine. Oh, okay, there you go. We weren't at the end, that's why. There we go.
oh, okay. So for all of your indices, do you trade SPX or no?
No, I don't trade SPX because it moves the same as US 30. So it just makes more sense for me to just trade, the US 30 since it moves faster and it's worth more. So if I'm going to be trading it, me personally, I just stick with the US 30 than the SPX since it's worth less.
Yeah, I trade. I use SPX when I don't have a lot, and I trade the account. Cause and
Yeah,
normally the signals play out the same as they do on US 30. So the win rate's okay. I think for that when I just get when it starts to play around, I kind of freak out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then I end up either getting out or staying in too long. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. I
And
feel
end up
you.
losing. Okay, so 10 minutes, and we're turning on the zones here. Oh man, you do have a sale. Shit. Okay.
Yes. So that's actually a good thing for us right now because once we re-enter Asia session, the next signal is going to be a buy signal.
Okay.
So uh, I'm not sure if you have any lower zones on yours. You might have to go on the higher time frames. I don't see any lower ones on there. Um, so maybe go on the 30 minute. So maybe on the 30 minute it'll show up on there.
Yeah.
There we go. So you see where that blue candle rejected from? That would be a sweet spot for you to draw uh, the next zone, since that's the next point of rejection where price currently is right now. So you can probably draw one just above it. So you can put it there. You know how that green one's right above it. So you can see how those blue candles over there tested it before in the past.
Above where I'm at now?
Yeah. So a little bit above it. It's there's like that little green line that's above it. Yeah. So right there, you're perfect. You can probably just leave it like right there. So if you go back on the 10 minute and then you hide the K2SR, you can kind of see where that rejection point can be coming up from. And then you hide hide the K2SR so you clean it up. And you can see right there, you see how that current candle is wicking right off it.
Yeah.
So what I'm anticipating is price is going to reject off that zone right there. Once it rejects off it in Asia session, we're going to get a buy signal next, right? Because the current signal is a sell signal. So once we
Right.
get that buy signal, then I'm going to anticipate it to, shoot on up. So that's kind of what I see happening since I see people watching what we're watching. And I think people are trying to buy the dip right now. I think that's really what's happening at this point.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of what I'm hearing is everybody saying buy the dip. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, because the thing is, if price wanted to break past that structure, it would have broke past it already, but it hasn't. So that's why I still think that there's a lot of hope for this trade, and that's why I'm just hanging on to it.
Cause
Because we're already in so much drawdown at this point where there's really no point. You might as well just hang on to it.
yeah,
Because best case scenario, it ends up rejecting off that point. We get a buy signal, and then it goes straight up to TP. So
yeah, cause
that's what I'm hanging on to right now.
it rejected here, it rejected again here, here. So you're right.
It's like a triple bottom at that point.
Yeah, it's a strong rejection area. So hopefully will be good. So I feel like I'm good on the zones now. Yeah, I feel like I'm good on the zones. So other than that, FTMO. All right. So I told you I already got the okay. So first thing where are you getting price for FTMO? Do they have a trading view chart, or are you pulling it directly off the MT4? Because I know you
I'm
said
pulling, yeah. Yeah, I'm pulling it directly off the MT4 because it's just a lot easier that way. Because if you do it on, if you try to calculate it, it's not going to be exact. So what I do generally is I wait for the entry to happen. Like say US 30, we're watching for that signal, right?
right.
Once that signal appears, I just enter at market. So then once I enter at market, then I can go ahead and put that information into, either TradingView, or I can just calculate it myself with regard to with regard to uh, with my stop loss and TP. Because if you once you get the entry point, you just have to add like 150 to that and subtract 150, and that will be your full TP and stop loss.
Oh,
But you can also do it. But you can also do it on your trading view too. You just got to go ahead and put the numbers in yourself. So if you use that long and short tool, if you put that on there, you can just put in your entry, uh, the same as the entry on there, and then from there you can just add. You can put in the stop loss and TP, and then you just pull those numbers from there and then put it on your FTMO. So that's how I do it. You can do it by hand, but I think it's just too complicated by hand. You might mix up the numbers. So I prefer to
yeah.
just do it on the chart.
So go ahead and enter when I see the signal on my trading view, and then at that point, I put the long and short tool at the entry point I typed in, and then it'll give me the correct stop loss and TP for that entry.
Exactly, 100%. So this is what we could do right now. So go ahead and pull up US 30. I'll show you exactly how I do it. So pull up US 30 on your chart real quick.
Uh,
And then you can put, since we entered a buy position, you can place your buy position right there at the original entry, which would be that it would be the second green signal on the
okay.
actually you can put it anywhere. You can put it anywhere because we're already like way far back. So you can actually put it right there in that open area on the right. Just open a long position tool.
Mm.
And then I'm going to check what my entry was so I can tell you exactly what the numbers would be for that.
So you said just put it somewhere over here?
Let's see. Yeah, you can put it anywhere because that's where price currently is right now. It doesn't really matter where you put it because I'm just going to show you how to calculate it so that you know exactly how to do it. So go ahead and just plot that there. Double click on that box so you can open up the parameters. I think you might open two right there. Might want to delete one.
Yeah, I keep getting it cut off there a lot. Shit. So how did you
I think
come
you
up
might
with
have opened three of them.
like yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. So double click.
Yeah, and then for the entry price, you can put the signal that I put in. So I entered mine at, let's see, 383. So just change those last few numbers to 83. And then you can hit tab or enter, whichever one to move it down by one, because it's going to adjust your position once you do that. There you go. So now in profit level, you could type in 150, which is technically going to be a 1,500 pips because those are 100. Yeah, so 150. And then for your stop loss, you can do the same thing here as well. You can put 150 on there as well. There you go. And then just click out of that box or click somewhere outside of that, wherever your thing was. You can click there if you want. And then you'll have the parameters right there. So if you want to go and double click on the box again, that we can get the actual numbers for your position. You'll see that's how I got my your entry price kind of changed. I don't know what happened with that.
What the heck?
I think the entry was supposed to be, yeah, it was supposed to be 83,
8-3.
right?
8-3. That's what I put in
Yeah,
there.
I thought you. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I don't know what happened.
And I ain't like I typed the shit fast. So I know that was okay. Okay.
Yeah, you might have to adjust. Yeah, your profit got moved too. So go ahead
Wait a
and
minute.
open it again. Because I think when you moved your entry point, it adjusted. Oh, that might have happened. So maybe you dragged it on accident, and that changed the
You know what
entry.
I'm gonna do? All right. So 8
Yeah, change
3.
that to 83, and then it might be easier for you to just click tab. So hit tab, so you don't have to click on it, and it'll go on to the next. There you go. Then you can change that to 150. And then you can hit tab twice, and it'll go on to the next one down there on the bottom. There you go. And type in 150 on there. And then after that, you can hit tab one more time, and then it'll give you the prices. So after you hit tab, you'll have the parameters right there for FTMO. So there you go. So you got your entry price, your take profit, and your stop loss. So everything's pretty much good.
Okay. Got you. Got you. All right. Wonderful. So.
And then once you have that, you can put that into your MC4, and then you're pretty much good. And if you want to do TP1, you just change profit level to 75, and then that will adjust it so that you get TP1 on there.
Yeah, cause and I like to go for full TP, but it sucks if it turns around on you, and I know you got the K2X strategy, but you see how long it takes me to put in the regular shit. So okay, so I'm gonna start with the Do you think 10,000 is okay to start with? Or
How much was that? You say 10,000?
10,000 for FTMO?
10,000. You can. I personally, like, just from experience, because the thing is, if you're trying to trade FTMO for money, like if you're really trying to trade it for money, then obviously you should go for something higher. But if you're just trying to practice first and get used to it, then you can start with something less. But if you like punch the math down, um, if you're going with a $10,000 account, you're gonna make more money if you just trade your own personal account.
Yeah.
So, but if you're just trying to practice and get get a feel for it, then yeah, it's perfectly fine. The only problem is if you're trying to trade this for for a living, then which I'm sure you're still working, so you should be fine. You don't need, like, you're not doing this to support yourself.
I don't work.
Um,
I get a Social Security check. I'm in a wheelchair. I have cerebral palsy, so I don't do.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I remember you were telling me. Yeah, because I thought that I saw your email when you emailed me. I thought you were working at some place because it looked like you're working at Legal Shield or something.
Oh, and then, yeah, that was a network marketing venture that I was in. I don't do that anymore.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes
They
sense.
still send me residual checks and stuff like that, but yeah, it's not anything substantial.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you want to trade FTMO, so the problem with trading a $10,000 account is that you're not really going to make much money trading it, because like if I break down the math for you, you're going to be making probably like maybe 150 per trade. You'll have like 3 trades per week. So you'll make like about 450 a week. You multiply that by 4 weeks in a month. You probably make 1,800 for that month for like one 10K account, right? You take 70% of that, your take home is only like 1,200. So
Oh yeah, that ain't really, yeah.
exactly. So it's a huge difference if you're a bigger account. So say if you're trading a 50K account, right? If you're trading a 50K account, and then each trade you're locking in maybe 1,200 per trade, right? And then say you take 3 trades a week, or you have 3 wins a week. That'll be 3,600 for the year, or for that week. You multiply that by 4, then your monthly profit will be about 14,400. You take 70% of that, your take home is going to be about 10,000. So it's a huge difference.
Oh yeah, that's where we need to be right there, Shawn. That's what I need in my life. Right
yeah,
there.
exactly. So that's what I mean about the different account sizes, because if you're trading the 10,000, you're probably not going to make very much. You're better off just trading your own personal account because you don't have to split profits. But I mean, it's really up to you, because the thing is, it's not cheap to go for the bigger account, but it's better. So, you got to weigh the pros and cons depending on what you're aiming for. Because when you do FTMO, you're not going to get paid for, probably the first month or so, or maybe even the first 2 months, because you got to do the challenge and you got to do verification. So you got to kind of anticipate that. So like, if you factor in your own personal account, you're keeping all those profits, as you go. But if you do an FTMO, you're not going to make profits for like maybe, 1-2 months before you get your funded account. And then on top of that, you still got to trade your funded account for another month. So if you think about it, you're not really making any profit for like 2-3 months. So that's just something to keep in mind. For myself, I trade 2 FTMO accounts, plus I have my personal account. So the thing is, I have money coming in through my personal account where I keep all the profits. And then on top of that, I have 1 FTMO fund or 2 FTMO funded, and then I'll be working on my next one.
Hold on, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, somebody was asking me a question. Okay. So basically, I should just wait until I can afford to do the 50K, because otherwise, I'm not really gonna make much money on a 10K. I don't know how much is the 50K, $400, something like that. Yeah, I think so. Is it 400?
Yeah, you can do the 50, or you can do 25. I don't know what the exchange rate is for euro. Let me see if I could. Let's see, euro to dollar. So I think it was like 345 euros, which is, it's about $400 US. So it's kind of pricey for the 50K. So it just really depends on how you feel, how confident you feel about it. Because the thing is, FTMO is really about confidence. If you feel confident about it and you're able to take your trades and you don't get scared and you're not worried about nothing, then it could be a blessing for you. If you're not there yet, then it could be really stressful or scary. You know what I mean? So it really depends if you're ready to be trading, an account size that's like at that size.
Well,
Because the problem with a lot of people is they
yeah. So
let me see here
here's
real
my
quick.
oh, that ain't bad. Oh, that's the 10,000, or is it 25? Yeah, 10, 25.
Yes.
25 is not bad. And how did you fit? I'm sorry. How did you go through that math again on what I would make on each account? Like, so if I had a 25K account, I know I'm keeping 70% of the profit, but so on a 25K account, what lot size would you
Let me see.
recommend?
So on the 100K, I'm using the 15 lots. We'll divide that by 2. So on a 50K, we'll be using 7.5. We'll divide that by half as well. So on a 25K account, you'll be using about a 3.7 lot size. So with the 3.7 lot size, so you'll be doing 37 cents times 1,500 pips. So you'll be making about 555 per trade. And say you trade 5 days a week, right? Say you take You take 5 trades, you win 4, you lose 1. So this is just a generalization, obviously, because we don't know how the market's going to work, every week, every day. So just a total profit for one day would probably be 555. Say you have 3 wins a week, multiply that by 3, you have 1,665 per week. You multiply that by 4, your total profit for the month will be about 6,660. So if you multiply that by 70%, which is going to be your take home, your total profit is going to be about 4,662 if everything goes as planned on a 25K account.
Right. Now, I mean, for me, this is the way I look at it. Because this is the way I do my demo account. So on my personal account, since it's my money, you know what I'm saying? I'm constantly like looking at my MT4, like, oh my God, where am I at? You know what I mean? Like, but with FTMO, like what I'm doing is I'm not even looking at the MT4. You know what I mean? So I'm not seeing the drawdown. I'm not seeing any of that. I'm just focused on my real account, because the only thing I'm gonna do with FTMO is the US 30 with you. You know what I'm saying? So I already know. So if all I'm doing is trading it with you 5 days a week or whatever, then I don't really have much emotion about any of it. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even look at it. You feel me? So I feel safe doing that at this point. And at the end of the day, it's the same thing whether I'm doing it with you or on my own. So, but you said 3 trades a week. So, are you not trading your FTMO account 5 days a week?
No, I'm counting that with the losses, with the possible losses. Because
Oh,
if you're
okay.
trading 5 days a week, yeah, yeah. So say you trade 5 days a week and lose 1, lose 4. So then it'll average out to like about 3. Because I want to keep it pretty conservative. I don't want to I don't want to count exactly 5 wins every single day or every single week, because that's like, it's not going to happen. It'll happen every once in a while. Like last week. Yeah. So I was counting 3 as the average for the week. So depending on how many trades we take, we generally trade every single day. So if we do trade every day, the average would probably be 2 or 3 wins. So that's how I was calculating the profit potential, per week, per month, per year.
Okay, bet. All right, bro. Well, I got you. I think what I'm gonna do is the 25K and see, go through it, see what happens, and then when I'm ready to move to a bigger account, you recommend just opening another 25 or going for 50 the next time?
It's really up to you, depending on how confident you are, because I only open 100K accounts. I don't open anything less. So for me, it's a different story, because I'm like 100% confident with my trading. So when I open it, I'm going for that, that big pot. I'm not really taking it really easy. But for you, it just really depends on what you can afford and what you're okay with. Because if the 100K is too expensive, which it is kind of pricey, it's like 6 something. The 100K is a little pricey. So if you can't afford that just yet, then you can stick with, a smaller account size, and then you can scale up from there, because over time, they let you merge your accounts together. So say if you have 250K accounts or 225K accounts, you can merge that into one 50K account. And then if you have 250K accounts, you can merge that into a 100K account. That's why for me right now, I have 200K accounts. I'm trying to get a third one so I can merge those into a 300K account. And then, my profits just multiply from there, basically.
Gotcha. And then there was one last question about FTMO. I could use, like, let's say I clear $4 grand a month. Let's just say. So my thought is I could take 2 of that and fund my
Another.
personal trading account. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just moving so I take my profits monthly and then I move them over to my own account, or I move it into like other investments. So like I'm like investing in other stuff now. So like other passive stuff that I can hop into. So that's
Yeah.
that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just pretty much I'm using a FTMO as a vehicle for consistent cash flow, and then from there I'm pretty much putting that either into my own account, my personal account, or moving into other stuff. It's everything's
Bitcoin.
getting everything's getting recycled pretty much.
Got you. That's smart. All right, bro. Well, listen, I greatly appreciate your time. I was coherent this time, so I feel like I got a lot more out of it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, no,
thank
definitely.
you so much for being patient. And I'll talk to you later, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. You know where to find me.